In the intricate tapestry of life, where every thread is woven with desires, aspirations, and the relentless pursuit of happiness, there lies a profound simplicity that has the power to transform our existence. This simplicity isn't about having less for the sake of minimalism or relinquishing control in defeat. It's about a deeper understanding of life, a philosophical journey that guides us to embrace our destiny, understand the paradox of effort, flow with the currents of life, and find contentment in minimalism. It's a journey that doesn't just simplify our external world, but aligns our inner world with the essence of who we truly are, leading to an unparalleled form of liberation. At the heart of this journey is amor fati, a concept that challenges us to stop resisting fate and embrace our destiny. But what does it truly mean to love one's fate? It's about seeing the beauty in the chaos, finding strength in adversity, and recognizing that every experience, be it joyous or challenging, is a thread in the fabric of our existence. It's a call to not only accept, but revel in the life we're given, understanding that the mosaic of our experiences is what makes us uniquely ourselves. This acceptance doesn't mean passivity, it's an active engagement with life, a bold affirmation that whatever happens, we choose to find value and purpose. Diving deeper into the essence of our efforts, we encounter the paradoxical wisdom of Fyodor Dostoevsky, who enlightens us on why, the harder we try, the worse it gets. It's a perplexing thought that strikes at the core of our modern ethos of more effort equals more success. Yet there's a liberating truth hidden within this paradox. It's not about diminishing effort, but about understanding the nature of our pursuits. Are we chasing shadows, external validations, and mirages of happiness? Dostoevsky invites us to reflect on our intentions, urging us to reconsider what we value and why, perhaps finding that in letting go, we achieve what we most deeply desire. The teachings of Lao Tzu and the philosophy of Taoism bring us to the art of flowing with life. Imagine a river, effortlessly flowing around obstacles, not out of resignation, but in harmony with the natural world. This is the essence of flowing with life, recognizing that true strength lies in flexibility, and that true progress is made when we align our actions with the effortless wisdom of nature. Lao Tzu's teachings remind us that the most profound achievements often come not from forcing our will upon the world, but from moving with a profound understanding of life's inherent rhythms. Lastly, the minimalist philosophy brings us to a startling but undeniable realization. The less stuff we need, the happier we'll be. This isn't a call to abandon possessions or shun the material world, but an invitation to reassess what truly brings us joy. In a world that constantly urges us to want more, minimalism stands as a beacon of resistance, a philosophy that champions the richness of experiences over the accumulation of things. It teaches us that freedom isn't found in having everything, but in treasuring anything that adds genuine value to our lives. This philosophical guide to simplifying your life isn't just about physical decluttering or a set of rules to live by. It's a holistic approach to life that intertwines ancient wisdom with modern insights, guiding us toward a life of depth, meaning, and true contentment. It's about discovering that the essence of a simplified life isn't found in what we remove, but in what we embrace. The joy of living authentically, the peace of accepting our journey, the strength in flowing with life, and the freedom that comes from understanding our true needs. As we go on this journey together, remember that simplifying your life is not a destination, but a process, a series of choices that reflect who we are and who we aspire to be. It's a path paved with introspection, wisdom, and an unyielding belief that within the complexities of life, there lies a simplicity that holds the key to our deepest happiness and fulfillment. In the grand tapestry of existence, where each thread represents a decision, a chance, a fate, there lies a timeless wisdom that has echoed through the ages. It is a wisdom that speaks not of the stars aligning for us, but of us aligning with the stars, of finding harmony in the chaos, of discovering peace in turmoil. This wisdom, rooted in the ancient Stoic philosophy and later echoed by the profound musings of existential thinkers, is a call to embrace our destiny, to love our fate, not as a burden, but as a gift of immeasurable value. The concept known as amor fati is not just a philosophical idea but a way of life. It is a viewpoint that transforms the inevitable into the invitable, the challenges into opportunities, the trials into triumphs. The Stoic philosophers, like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, viewed it as a path to tranquility. For them, the art of living was not in controlling what happens to us, but in controlling how we respond. This notion, deeply embedded in their teachings, was a beacon of resilience, a testament to the human spirit's unyielding strength in the face of life's unpredictability. But what does it truly mean to love one's fate? Is it an unconditional acceptance of all that life presents? Or is it a deeper recognition of the role each event plays in shaping who we are? To understand this, we delve into the rich tapestry of history, where this idea has surfaced in various forms. In ancient Greek tragedies, it was the hero's journey of accepting their destiny. In the spiritual texts of the East, it echoed in the teachings of embracing life's flow. And in the modern existentialist movement, it re-emerged, challenging individuals to find meaning in the absurdity of existence. Friedrich Nietzsche, the renowned philosopher, rekindled interest in this concept with his passionate writings. He saw in this ancient idea a powerful antidote to the nihilism and despair of the modern age. For Nietzsche, to love one's fate was to affirm life, to say yes to existence in all its forms, joy and sorrow, success and failure, life and death. It was a radical acceptance that transformed every moment into an expression of will, a dance with destiny. This philosophy, however, extends beyond the realm of abstract thought. It finds its place in the very real and tangible world of psychology and personal development. In the challenges we face, the setbacks we endure, and the victories we celebrate, there is an opportunity to practice this philosophy. It is in the acceptance of what we cannot change and the courage to change what we can that the essence of this idea comes alive. In modern psychological terms, it aligns with the concepts of resilience, acceptance, and positive reframing. It resonates with the teachings of cognitive behavioral therapy, which emphasizes the power of mindset in overcoming life's hurdles. As we embark on this exploration, we will journey through the landscapes of history, philosophy, psychology, and real-life application. We will uncover how this ancient wisdom can be a guiding light in our quest for personal growth and self-improvement. We will delve into the stories of those who have lived by this principle, drawing lessons from their experiences. These stories are not just tales of the past, but mirrors reflecting our own struggles and triumphs. Moreover, we will explore the practical aspects of this philosophy. How can we apply this in our daily lives? How can we train our minds to see the beauty in fate's design? This journey is not about passive acceptance, but active engagement with life. It is about transforming our perspective, about seeing the silver lining in every cloud, about finding the strength in vulnerability, about recognizing the wisdom in surrender. As we navigate through this exploration, we invite you to reflect on your own relationship with destiny. How do you respond to the unexpected turns of life? Do you resist or do you embrace? The answers to these questions are not just academic musings, but keys to unlocking a more fulfilling and resilient life. In this exploration, we will also address the criticisms and challenges of this philosophy. How does one balance acceptance with ambition? How does one embrace fate without falling into fatalism? These are questions that warrant thoughtful consideration, and we will seek to provide nuanced perspectives on them. Before we dive into the video, let us remember that this journey is not just about understanding a philosophical concept. It is about discovering a pathway to personal transformation. It is about learning to dance with the rhythm of life, to find harmony in dissonance, to turn the cacophony of chance into a symphony of serendipity. It is about embracing our destiny, not as a pre-written script, but as a canvas waiting for our brushstrokes. The roots of this philosophy take us back to ancient Stoicism, a school of thought born in the Hellenistic period. The Stoics, philosophers who valued virtue, wisdom, and emotional resilience, laid the groundwork for what would later be embraced as a profound love for one's fate. They believed in living in harmony with the natural order of the universe, accepting that certain things are beyond our control. Central to their teaching was the idea that our reactions to events are within our control, even if the events themselves are not. Stoicism's influence persisted through the centuries, shaping the thoughts of many who sought understanding in the face of life's vagaries. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher himself, penned meditations that have served as a guide for countless individuals seeking solace and strength. His words reflected a deep acceptance of the natural course of events, an understanding that the only true power we hold is over our own responses. Moving forward in time, the concept found a passionate advocate in Friedrich Nietzsche. His interpretation was both revolutionary and radical for the 19th century. Nietzsche, known for challenging the conventional norms of his time, saw in this ancient idea a powerful means to affirm life. For Nietzsche, it was not just about accepting what life offers, it was about loving it, about finding joy and meaning in every moment, every challenge, every triumph, and every defeat. His perspective was not one of passive acceptance, but of active engagement with life, a call to embrace all aspects of existence with enthusiasm and vigor. In Nietzsche's view, the embrace of one's fate was an act of personal power and freedom. It was a rejection of victimhood and a celebration of agency. He urged individuals to not only accept but to love their fate, to see it as an essential part of their journey, an integral piece of their individual growth and self-realization. This view turned the concept into a dynamic, life-affirming philosophy. In contemporary life, the relevance of this philosophy is perhaps more pronounced than ever. In an era marked by rapid change and uncertainty, the ability to embrace the unexpected becomes a valuable skill. The modern world, with its complexities and challenges, often leads individuals to seek control over every aspect of their lives. However, this quest for control can be a source of great stress and anxiety when confronted with the inevitable unpredictability of life. Today, this Stoic wisdom offers a counter-narrative to the modern obsession with control. It suggests that there is strength in acceptance, power in adaptability, and wisdom in recognizing the limits of our control. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, the idea of loving one's fate becomes a source of stability and resilience. It encourages a mindset that looks for opportunities in challenges, that finds strength in adversity, and that sees growth in every experience. This philosophy also intersects with contemporary psychological practices. In the realms of cognitive behavioral therapy and mindfulness, there is an emphasis on acceptance and reframing one's perception of events. These practices, much like the Stoic teachings, advocate for a focus on our responses to events rather than the events themselves. They echo the idea that our power lies not in changing what happens to us, but in changing how we respond to it. Furthermore, in a society that often values individualism and personal achievement, this philosophy offers a different perspective. It suggests that personal growth and fulfillment can also be found in how we navigate the inevitable, how we dance with the rhythms of fate. This is not a call to passivity, but an invitation to engage with life more deeply, more meaningfully. As we explore this rich philosophical heritage, we begin to understand the timeless nature of these teachings. They offer insights that are as relevant today as they were in ancient times, providing guidance and wisdom for navigating the complexities of modern life. As we journey deeper into the exploration of fate and destiny, it's essential to define these terms from both philosophical and psychological standpoints. Philosophically, fate has often been viewed as a predetermined course of events beyond human control. It's an ancient concept present in numerous cultures and belief systems, where fate is seen as a cosmic script written by divine or natural forces. Destiny, on the other hand, is frequently interpreted as the ultimate outcome of one's life, a culmination of one's choices, actions, and inherent characteristics. While fate is often seen as set and unchangeable, destiny can be perceived as something more fluid, shaped by an individual's actions within the boundaries of fate. From a psychological perspective, these concepts take on a slightly different color. Modern psychology views fate and destiny not as external, deterministic forces, but as perceptions and beliefs about life in the future. In this view, fate is not a pre-written script, but rather a belief system that influences how individuals perceive and interact with the world. This perspective sees destiny as a construct of personal agency, a narrative we create that aligns with our values, goals, and actions. The distinction between fatalism and accepting fate is crucial in understanding the philosophy discussed earlier. Fatalism is often characterized by a sense of resignation, a belief that human efforts are futile against the predetermined course of events. This viewpoint can lead to passivity and a disengagement from active decision-making, as outcomes are seen as inevitable regardless of one's actions. Accepting fate, in the context of our discussion, is distinctly different. It is not about resigning oneself to an unchangeable future, but about embracing the uncontrollable aspects of life while exercising personal agency. This acceptance is an active choice, a stance that combines acknowledgement of life's unpredictability with a commitment to engage with it fully. The impact of one's attitude towards fate is profound and far-reaching. A perspective that embraces the uncontrollable elements of life can lead to a greater sense of peace and resilience. When individuals accept that certain things are beyond their control, they can redirect their energy and focus towards areas where they can make a difference. This shift in focus can lead to enhanced personal growth, greater emotional well-being, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Conversely, a resistance to accepting the uncontrollable can result in chronic stress, frustration, and a feeling of helplessness. This perspective is echoed in many psychological approaches. For example, in cognitive behavioral therapy, there is an emphasis on understanding what can and cannot be controlled and learning to focus on the former. This approach aligns with the Stoic philosophy, where the serenity to accept things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference is a key tenet. In everyday life, this approach can manifest in various ways. It can mean accepting a sudden change in circumstances, such as a career shift or a personal loss, and finding ways to adapt and grow from these experiences. It can also mean recognizing the limits of our influence in relationships or societal issues and choosing to focus on our responses and contributions rather than trying to control the outcome. Furthermore, this acceptance does not equate to passivity. It is an active engagement with life, where one makes choices and takes actions within the framework of what is uncontrollable. This active engagement is a form of empowerment, a way of reclaiming agency in a world that often feels unpredictable and chaotic. As we consider these ideas, it becomes clear that our attitude towards fate and destiny is not just a philosophical or psychological concept. It is a practical approach to life, a strategy for emotional and mental well-being, and a pathway to personal fulfillment. By understanding and embracing these concepts, we can navigate life's uncertainties with greater resilience and purpose. The distinction and interplay between fate and destiny and our attitude towards them offer a rich ground for reflection. They challenge us to examine our beliefs, reassess our priorities, and redefine our approach to life's journey. Embracing fate, a concept deeply rooted in both philosophical thought and psychological practice, offers a myriad of benefits. Among these, resilience, stress reduction, and acceptance stand out as key elements that profoundly impact an individual's mental and emotional well-being. Resilience. The Stoic philosophers, renowned for their focus on inner strength and resilience, viewed the embrace of fate as a pathway to enduring life's hardships with grace and fortitude. This resilience is not about denying or avoiding difficulties, rather, it's about facing them head-on with a mindset geared towards growth and learning. In the Stoic view, challenges are opportunities to practice virtues like courage, patience, and wisdom. This perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones, fostering a resilience that is both empowering and liberating. In modern psychological terms, resilience is understood as the ability to bounce back from adversity. It's about adapting well in the face of trauma, tragedy, threats, or significant sources of stress. When we embrace our fate, we develop a mindset that looks beyond the immediate discomfort or pain of a situation and sees the potential for personal growth and development. This shift in perspective is crucial in building resilience. It enables individuals to navigate through life's ups and downs with a sense of purpose and hope, rather than feeling victimized by their circumstances. Stress reduction. Stress, often a product of our resistance to what is, can be significantly reduced when we learn to embrace our fate. This concept aligns with modern psychological practices like mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy, which emphasize acceptance and living in the present moment. When we spend our energy fighting against things we cannot change, we create unnecessary stress for ourselves. By accepting and embracing these aspects of life, we reduce internal conflict and the physiological and psychological toll it takes. This does not mean passively resigning to whatever happens. Instead, it's about recognizing the difference between what we can control and what we can't, and choosing to respond to the latter with acceptance rather than resistance. This acceptance leads to a decrease in stress and anxiety as we let go of the struggle to control the uncontrollable. It allows us to focus our energy on what we can change, leading to more effective and efficient action. Acceptance, the path to inner peace. Acceptance, a central tenet of many philosophical and psychological schools of thought, is closely linked to the concept of embracing fate. It's about acknowledging the reality of a situation rather than denying or fighting it. This acceptance is not a sign of weakness, rather it's a sign of strength and wisdom. It allows us to see things as they are without the distortion of our fears, desires, or prejudices. In the realm of psychology, acceptance is a key component of therapies like acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, which teaches individuals to accept their reactions and be present with what life brings, while committing to action that aligns with their values. This approach helps in reducing suffering, as fighting reality often leads to more pain and frustration. When we accept our fate, we open ourselves to experiencing life fully, without the constant struggle against reality. The synergy between philosophical and psychological aspects of embracing fate is evident. Philosophically, it offers a pathway to a more meaningful and fulfilling life, where challenges are seen as part of the human experience, essential for growth and development. Psychologically, it aligns with evidence-based practices that promote mental health and well-being. Embracing fate teaches us to find balance. It's about cultivating the wisdom to know when to act and when to let go. This balance is crucial in navigating life's complexities. It helps in building a life that is not only resilient and stress-free but also rich in experiences and learning. As we integrate these philosophical and psychological insights into our lives, we begin to see a transformation. We become more resilient, less stressed, and more accepting of life's flow. This transformation is not just about personal growth. It's about living a life that is deeply connected to the world around us, a life that embraces all its shades and nuances with openness and grace. Building on the foundation of understanding the benefits of embracing fate, we now transition into practical applications. Cultivating mindfulness, the art of present living. Mindfulness, a practice rooted in ancient traditions and validated by modern psychology, is a powerful tool for embracing one's destiny. It involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment or resistance. This practice helps in cultivating an awareness that is deeply connected to the essence of amor fati, the acceptance and appreciation of life as it unfolds. To integrate mindfulness into daily life, one can start with simple practices like mindful breathing, where attention is focused on the breath, observing each inhalation and exhalation. This can be extended to other activities, such as eating, walking, or even engaging in conversation, by fully immersing oneself in the experience and being fully present. Over time, this practice of mindfulness fosters a deepened sense of connection with the present moment, reducing stress and enhancing one's capacity to embrace life's experiences. Reflective practices, gaining insight and clarity. Reflection is another key technique in practicing amor fati. It involves looking back on experiences, not with regret or resentment, but with an open mind, seeking to understand and learn. Journaling is an excellent reflective practice, offering a space to process thoughts and emotions and to explore the lessons hidden within life's events. Through regular reflection, one can develop a more profound understanding of how life's challenges and successes contribute to personal growth. Reflection can also involve contemplative practices such as meditation or even engaging in thoughtful discussions with others. These practices encourage a deeper exploration of one's thoughts and feelings, leading to greater self-awareness and a heightened ability to embrace one's path. Embracing challenges, finding meaning in adversity. Life's challenges are often the crucibles within which the true essence of embracing fate is tested and refined. Finding meaning in adversity is a core aspect of this philosophy. It involves shifting perspective from seeing challenges as obstacles to viewing them as opportunities for growth and development. This shift can be facilitated by asking oneself questions like, "What can I learn from this situation?" or "How can this challenge help me grow?" Such questions open the door to finding value in even the most difficult circumstances. They encourage a proactive, rather than reactive approach to life's trials, aligning with the idea of actively engaging with one's fate. Creating rituals and routines. Establishing daily rituals and routines can help in embodying the principles of amor fati, These can be simple actions, like starting the day with a moment of gratitude or ending it with a reflection on the day's events. Such rituals serve as constant reminders of one's commitment to embracing life fully and can be powerful tools in fostering a mindset aligned with amor fati. Cultivating resilience through positive reframing. Positive reframing is a technique often used in cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's highly relevant in practicing amor fati. It involves altering one's perception of events to find the positive aspects or the potential for positive outcomes. This doesn't mean ignoring the negative, but rather choosing to focus on the constructive elements of a situation. By positively reframing experiences, one builds resilience and a more adaptive approach to life's challenges. Engaging in self-compassion. Self-compassion is an integral part of embracing one's destiny. It involves treating oneself with kindness and understanding, especially in times of difficulty or failure. Practicing self-compassion means acknowledging that suffering and imperfection are part of the human experience. By extending compassion to oneself, individuals can better embrace their life path, accepting both their strengths and weaknesses. Continuous learning and growth. Finally, the practice of amor fati is an ongoing process of learning and growth. It involves an open-minded approach to life, where one is always ready to learn from new experiences and perspectives. This can involve reading, exploring new hobbies, traveling, or engaging in educational opportunities. Continuous learning and growth are essential in fully embracing one's destiny, as they provide new lenses through which to view and experience life. Through these practical strategies and techniques, we can see how the philosophy of embracing one's fate can be woven into the fabric of everyday life. These practices not only enhance personal well-being, but also contribute to a more fulfilling and meaningful life journey. Now I want us to explore the profound lessons from famous philosophers and how their insights into embracing fate are relevant to modern life and personal development. Friedrich Nietzsche, Embracing Life as It Is. Friedrich Nietzsche's perspective on life and fate is one of the most compelling in modern philosophy. His assertion, "My formula for greatness in a human being is that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity," encapsulates a radical acceptance of life in its entirety. This perspective goes beyond mere acceptance. It's a fervent love for every aspect of life, including pain, struggle, and joy. Applying Nietzsche's philosophy in contemporary settings involves a bold affirmation of life's experiences. It's about finding value in every moment and seeing challenges as integral to personal growth and development. In the context of personal development, this approach encourages individuals to approach life's uncertainties with curiosity and openness rather than fear and resistance. It teaches that true greatness and fulfillment lie not in changing our circumstances, but in transforming our attitude towards them. Marcus Aurelius, The Stoic Embrace of Fate. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, offered a perspective that intertwines personal virtue with the acceptance of fate. His advice to accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart, provides a blueprint for finding harmony and contentment in life's given circumstances. In the hustle of modern life, Aurelius's words remind us of the importance of accepting what we cannot change and finding joy in our relationships and experiences. This Stoic acceptance does not imply passivity. Rather, it's an active engagement with life, focusing on nurturing the relationships and opportunities that fate presents. For personal development, Aurelius's philosophy teaches the value of presence, gratitude, and the pursuit of virtue in daily life. Epictetus, wanting life as it happens. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, taught that the key to well-being lies in desiring things as they occur. Do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do happen, and your life will go well. This profound insight suggests that the secret to a fulfilling life is aligning our desires with reality, rather than resisting what life brings. In contemporary terms, Epictetus's philosophy underscores the importance of adaptability and acceptance. For personal growth, it encourages a mindset shift from trying to control life to adapting to it. This approach enhances resilience, reduces stress, and fosters a more harmonious interaction with the world. By wanting life as it happens, individuals can find peace and purpose, even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty. The philosophies of these great thinkers offer timeless wisdom that is strikingly relevant to the challenges of modern life. In an era where change is constant and uncertainty is a given, their teachings provide a roadmap for navigating life with grace, resilience, and purpose. Applying their lessons involves a conscious shift in perspective, seeing life's unpredictability not as a series of obstacles but as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. It requires a mindset that values growth over comfort, learning over security, and personal virtue over external success. In practical terms, this can mean approaching life's challenges with curiosity and openness rather than fear or resistance. Cultivating gratitude and presence in daily experiences, especially in relationships and small joys. Practicing adaptability, aligning our desires and actions with the reality of our circumstances. Seeking growth and learning in every experience, using life's lessons as stepping stones for personal development. The integration of these philosophical insights into daily life promises not just a more resilient and stress-free existence, but a deeply fulfilling and meaningful journey. As we embrace the wisdom of these philosophers, we learn to navigate life's complexity with a sense of clarity, purpose, and peace. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us revisit the key insights and lessons gleaned from our journey into understanding and practicing the philosophy of embracing fate. We embarked on this exploration by delving into the historical and philosophical roots of the concept, tracing its lineage from ancient Stoic philosophy to the profound musings of Nietzsche. We discovered that at its core, this philosophy is about a radical acceptance and love for life in its entirety, encompassing both its triumphs and tribulations. We then ventured into defining and distinguishing fate and destiny from both philosophical and psychological perspectives. We learned that fate, often perceived as a predetermined course, is not just a script written by external forces, but also a narrative shaped by our perceptions and reactions. Destiny, in turn, was seen as a journey influenced by our choices and actions, a path that intertwines with the threads of fate. The discussion progressed to highlight the psychological and philosophical benefits of embracing fate, focusing on resilience, stress reduction, and acceptance. We uncovered how resilience is fostered not by avoiding difficulties, but by facing them with a growth mindset. We discussed how stress reduction can be achieved by letting go of the struggle to control the uncontrollable, and instead focusing our energies on what we can influence. We also explored the power of acceptance in facing life's realities, not as a sign of defeat, but as a testament to strength and wisdom. Our journey then took a practical turn, offering strategies for incorporating these principles into everyday life. We examined practices like mindfulness, reflection, and finding meaning in challenges, emphasizing how these techniques can transform our approach to life's uncertainties. We explored the creation of rituals and routines, the role of positive reframing, the importance of self-compassion, the value of community support, and the continuous pursuit of learning and growth. These practices were not presented as mere coping mechanisms, but as pathways to a more fulfilling and empowered life. We also gleaned insights from the teachings of famous philosophers, drawing lessons from Nietzsche's bold affirmation of life, Marcus Aurelius's Stoic embrace of fate, and Epictetus's counsel to align our desires with the reality of our experiences. These philosophical perspectives were not just academic concepts, but practical guides for navigating the complexities of modern life. As we conclude, it is crucial to reflect on our personal relationship with fate. How do we respond to the unexpected turns of life? Do we resist or do we embrace? How can we apply the lessons learned in this exploration to our own journeys? The answers to these questions are not mere intellectual exercises, but keys to unlocking a more fulfilling, resilient, and meaningful existence. The call to action is clear: to embark on a personal journey of embracing our fate. This journey is about more than just accepting life's ups and downs. It's about actively engaging with them, finding joy and growth in every experience. It's about transforming our perspective on life's challenges, seeing them as opportunities for personal development. As you move forward, I encourage you to apply these principles in your daily life. Practice mindfulness, engage in reflective practices, find meaning in challenges, and continuously seek personal growth. Embrace the relationships and opportunities that fate brings, cultivating gratitude and presence in your experiences. Reframe your perspective positively. Practice self-compassion. Seek support from your community, and never stop learning. This journey of embracing our fate is not a destination, but a continuous process of growth, learning, and transformation. It is a pathway to living a life that is not only resilient and stress-free, but also rich in experiences and learning. As we part ways, remember that the philosophy of embracing fate is not just a concept to be understood, but a practice to be lived. It is a call to embrace life in all its complexity, to find harmony in the chaos, and to turn the cacophony of chance into a symphony of serendipity. It is about embracing our journey, not as a pre-written script, but as a canvas waiting for our brushstrokes. So take these lessons, these strategies, and these philosophical insights, and weave them into the fabric of your life. Let them guide you in your journey, helping you to navigate life's complexities with grace, resilience, and purpose. Embrace your journey with all your heart, for it is in this embrace that we find true fulfillment and meaning. May your journey be filled with growth, learning, and an unyielding embrace of all that life offers. Imagine you're trying to fall asleep, but the more you try, the more awake you feel. Or think about a time when you were so focused on making a good impression that you ended up feeling awkward and out of place. This common experience, where our efforts seem to backfire, is not just a quirk of human behavior. It's a fundamental paradox that has intrigued thinkers and philosophers for centuries. It's the idea that sometimes, the harder we try to achieve something, the more elusive it becomes. This paradox is not just a passing thought, but a profound insight into the human condition, one that has been explored in depth by the great Russian novelist and philosopher Fyodor Dostoevsky. This legendary novelist stands as a titan in the worlds of literature, philosophy, and psychology. His works, profound and penetrating, explore the darkest and most complex depths of the human psyche. But it's through the lens of what we'll call the paradox of effort, where his insights truly resonate with modern dilemmas of striving and ambition. Born in 1821 in Moscow, Dostoevsky's life was as dramatic and turbulent as his novels. His experiences, ranging from a near execution to the throes of epilepsy, shaped his understanding of human suffering and resilience. His narratives aren't just stories, they are explorations into the human condition, dissecting the psyche with a precision that predates the formal study of psychology. Dostoevsky's impact on philosophy and psychology is profound. His characters, trapped in webs of existential crises, moral dilemmas, and social alienation, serve as case studies for understanding complex human behaviors and mental processes. They are more than mere fictional beings, they are embodiments of psychological archetypes, making his work timeless in its relevance. Central to our discussion is the paradox of effort. This concept challenges the conventional wisdom that more effort leads to greater success. Instead, Dostoevsky's narratives suggest that sometimes intense striving can lead to adverse outcomes, a theme deeply embedded in our own lives and contemporary psychology. In Notes from Underground, the protagonist's relentless introspection and resistance to societal norms lead not to enlightenment, but to a kind of existential paralysis. In Crime and Punishment, Raskolnikov's efforts to transcend conventional morality result in a spiral of guilt and psychological turmoil. And in The Idiot, Prince Mishkin's quest for absolute goodness collides with the flawed realities of the society around him, illustrating the complexities and often tragic consequences of unyielding idealism. These narratives are not just literary explorations, but reflections of a universal human experience. They highlight the nuanced relationship between our actions, intentions, and the unforeseen consequences that can arise from our most earnest efforts. As we delve into the paradoxical world of Dostoevsky, we find ourselves confronting the question: can our relentless pursuit of a goal become our own undoing? The answer lies not just in the pages of his novels, but in the very fabric of our daily lives and psychological makeup. In this exploration, we will bridge the gap between Dostoevsky's 19th century Russia and our contemporary world, drawing parallels and deriving insights that are as relevant today as they were over a century ago. Through his eyes, we will examine the delicate balance between effort and outcome, ambition and restraint, and how understanding this balance can inform our journey towards self-improvement and psychological understanding. As we embark on this exploration, remember that his works are not just stories from a bygone era. They are a mirror, reflecting the timeless and often contradictory nature of our own pursuits and desires. Join me in this journey of unraveling the paradox of effort through the philosophy of Fyodor Dostoevsky, where each page turns to reveal deeper layers of the human experience. The paradox of effort, at its core, presents an intriguing contradiction. In the realm of self-development and psychology, it's the idea that our intense efforts to achieve a goal can sometimes backfire, leading to the very outcomes we were striving to avoid. This paradox challenges the conventional narrative of the harder you work, the more you succeed, suggesting that in some situations, too much effort can be counterproductive. This concept is not just theoretical, It finds its roots in various psychological theories and real-life scenarios. In psychology, for instance, there's a phenomenon known as over-justification effect. This effect occurs when an external incentive, like a reward, diminishes a person's intrinsic motivation to perform a task. Essentially, when we try too hard to achieve something, especially for external rewards, our intrinsic motivation dwindles, and the task itself becomes less enjoyable and meaningful. Furthermore, in the domain of cognitive psychology, there's the concept of analysis paralysis, a state where overthinking a situation can cause decision-making to become frozen. This is a classic example of the paradox of effort, where the more effort we put into making the perfect decision, the less capable we become of making any decision at all. But how does this translate into everyday life? Consider a common scenario. A person trying to impress in a social situation. The more effort they put into appearing likable or funny, the more likely they are to come across as try-hard or insincere, ultimately achieving the opposite of their intended effect. Another example can be found in the realm of creativity. Many artists and writers have spoken about the moments when their best work flows not through intense effort, but when they are in a state of relaxation, almost as if the work is creating itself. This aligns with Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's concept of flow, a state of effortless immersion in a task, where creativity blossoms not from strenuous effort, but from a kind of spontaneous engagement. Philosophically, this paradox can be tied back to ancient ideas. In Taoism, for example, there's the concept of Wu Wei, which translates to non-action or effortless action. It's the idea that the best way to approach tasks and life is not through forceful effort, but through a kind of harmonious and spontaneous engagement with the world. This ancient wisdom echoes through Dostoevsky's narratives, where characters often find themselves ensnared in their struggles, partly due to their forceful efforts to control their destinies. Another philosophical connection can be made with the existentialist notion of bad faith, as articulated by Jean-Paul Sartre. Bad faith occurs when individuals deceive themselves to avoid facing the full responsibility of their choices. In the context of the paradox of effort, this can be seen when people overexert themselves in roles or tasks, not out of genuine engagement, but as a way to escape confronting their authentic desires or existential anxieties. In exploring these various dimensions of the paradox of effort, we begin to see a pattern: the importance of balance and authenticity in our endeavors. It's not a call to abandon effort, but to recognize the nuanced dynamics between our actions, intentions, and their sometimes unpredictable outcomes. This understanding is crucial in the field of self-development, where the emphasis is often on relentless effort and goal attainment. Recognizing the paradoxical nature of effort encourages a more holistic approach, where success is not just about the external achievements, but also about internal harmony and authenticity. As we transition from the theoretical to the practical, it becomes clear that understanding the paradox of effort is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a key to unlocking a more balanced, effective, and fulfilling approach to personal growth and development. By acknowledging that sometimes less is more, we open ourselves to a more intuitive and harmonious way of living, where effort and ease coexist, leading to more sustainable and satisfying outcomes. Now we will delve into Dostoevsky's masterpieces, Notes from Underground, Crime and Punishment, and The Idiot, to see how these themes play out in the lives of his characters. Through their stories, we will explore the depths of the human psyche, the intricacies of the paradox of effort, and the timeless lessons they hold for our own journeys of self-improvement. Notes from Underground, written by Dostoevsky in 1864, is a pioneering work that delves deep into the psychological landscape of its protagonist, known as the underground man. This novella is split into two parts. The first is a monologue in which the underground man introduces his philosophy, and the second illustrates these ideas through his interactions with society. The novella's main themes revolve around the ideas of free will, determinism, and the nature of human consciousness. The underground man, living in self-imposed isolation, grapples with his own paradoxical desires and the absurdities of society. He represents a man in conflict with himself and the world, embodying the very essence of the paradox of effort. One of the most striking aspects of Notes from Underground is the underground man's acute self-awareness, coupled with his inability to act in his own best interest. He is aware of his paradoxical nature as he states, "I swear, gentlemen, that to be overly conscious is a sickness, a real thorough sickness." This hyperconsciousness leads him to overanalyze every situation, leaving him paralyzed and incapable of genuine action. The paradox in his behavior is evident when he describes his interactions with others. He longs for connection, yet he sabotages any chance of it through his spite and cynicism. He says, "I reached a point where I not only felt, but even began to cherish a boundless hatred for all mankind." This self-sabotage is a direct result of his excessive effort to assert his individuality and intellect, which only deepens his isolation and misery. A key passage reflecting the paradox of effort is when the underground man discusses his desire for suffering. He states, "Suffering is the sole origin of consciousness." Here, Dostoevsky suggests that the character's conscious choice to suffer is an attempt to affirm his existence and freedom. However, this deliberate suffering becomes a form of self-imposed tyranny, illustrating how his efforts to assert his freedom ironically lead to his own enslavement. Another crucial moment is when he confronts Liza, a prostitute, with whom he initially seeks a connection. He tells her, "You will always be unhappy," projecting his own misery onto her. In this interaction, his effort to find some semblance of power and superiority culminates in a realization of his own pitiable state. His efforts to elevate himself only serve to plunge him deeper into self-loathing and regret. Notes from Underground is a profound exploration of the human condition, delving into the complexities of free will, the search for meaning, and the pitfalls of excessive introspection. The underground man is a character who embodies the paradox of effort in its most extreme form. His constant over-effort to assert his intelligence and individuality only leads to greater suffering and isolation. Through this narrative, Dostoevsky challenges us to consider the consequences of our own efforts, especially when they are driven by ego, spite, or a desire to distinguish ourselves from others. The novella serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of excessive introspection and the importance of genuine connection and simplicity in life. As we reflect on the underground man's story, we begin to understand the subtle yet profound implications of the paradox of effort in our own lives. It prompts us to question the motives behind our actions and the potential consequences of our relentless striving for individuality and recognition. Crime and Punishment, published in 1866, is often regarded as one of Fyodor Dostoevsky's greatest works. Set in St. Petersburg, the novel focuses on the life of Rodion Raskolnikov, a former student who commits a murder, driven by a complex blend of motives and ideas. The story is not just a tale of crime and its consequences, but a deep psychological study of the protagonist's mind and moral dilemma. Raskolnikov's character is an intricate study in the paradox of effort. His intellectual efforts lead him to formulate a theory that divides humanity into ordinary and extraordinary people. He convinces himself that extraordinary people have the right to transgress moral boundaries to achieve their purposes, famously justifying his theory by saying, "The extraordinary have the right to commit any crime and to transgress the law in any way, just because they are extraordinary." This theory leads Raskolnikov to murder an unscrupulous pawnbroker, rationalizing it as a service to society. However, the act plunges him into a psychological crisis, underpinning the novel's exploration of guilt, redemption, and the moral consequences of one's actions. The paradox of effort is vividly displayed here. His intellectual endeavor to justify his actions only deepens his sense of guilt and alienation. Dostoevsky masterfully portrays Raskolnikov's internal conflict and gradual unraveling. Post-murder, Raskolnikov fluctuates between self-justification and profound guilt. He reflects, "I wanted to become a Napoleon, that is why I killed her. Do you understand now?" This confession highlights the paradox. His effort to assert his superiority and theoretical beliefs only leads him to moral degradation and self-loathing. The novel also explores the theme of redemption tied to effort. Raskolnikov's path to redemption is not through further intellectual justification, but through acceptance of his guilt and empathy for others. His interactions with Sonia, a character symbolizing compassion and moral integrity, play a crucial role in his journey. She tells him, "Accept suffering and achieve atonement through it. That is what you must do." Crime and Punishment is not merely a story about a crime, it's an exploration of the psychological turmoil and moral dilemmas that follow. Dostoevsky uses Raskolnikov's character to dissect the complexities of the human conscience, the dangers of unchecked intellectual arrogance, and the redemptive power of suffering and empathy. Raskolnikov's journey is a stark illustration of the paradox of effort. His intellectual efforts to elevate himself above societal norms and morals lead not to freedom and power, but to psychological torment and a desperate need for atonement. His realization and acceptance of his guilt, coupled with the humbling power of empathy and love, ultimately pave the way for his redemption. This novel compels us to reflect on our own moral compass and the implications of our actions, especially when driven by a misguided sense of superiority or a flawed theoretical framework. It underscores the importance of empathy, humility, and the acceptance of our fallibility as key components in our journey towards moral and psychological integrity. Fyodor Dostoevsky's The Idiot, a masterpiece in the canon of Russian literature, stands as a profound exploration of innocence and morality amidst a society marked by cynicism and manipulation. The novel's protagonist, Prince Lev Nikolaevich Mishkin, returns to Russia from a Swiss sanatorium and is thrust into a complex web of social relations, love entanglements, and moral dilemmas. Prince Mishkin is the epitome of Dostoevsky's exploration of the paradox of effort. His character is not just an embodiment of innocence, but also a representation of the struggles that come with trying to maintain this purity in a society that is often anything but pure. Mishkin's condition, which includes episodes of epilepsy, is symbolic of his heightened sensitivity to the world around him. His perspective is one of unguarded honesty and a deep, almost naive empathy for others. Dostoevsky introduces Mishkin with a sense of innate goodness, as someone who sees the world without the cynicism that characterizes many of the novel's other characters. He describes Mishkin as someone who, perhaps precisely because of his illness, had stepped over life's trivialities, a line that encapsulates the prince's otherworldly perspective. However, this unguarded innocence and desire to do good often lead Mishkin into challenging situations, illustrating the paradox of effort in a stark light. His interactions with Nastasia Filipovna and Aglaya Ivanovna, two central female characters, are particularly telling. Nastasia, tormented and self-destructive, becomes an object of Mishkin's compassion, while Aglaya represents a possibility of normalcy and mutual affection. Mishkin's attempts to navigate these relationships, grounded in his moral convictions and desire to help, often result in misunderstandings and heartache. A critical moment in the novel is Mishkin's confrontation with Rogojin, a character who represents many of the darker aspects of human nature that Mishkin seems immune to. The tension between them symbolizes the clash between innocence and corruption, idealism and pragmatism. In a pivotal scene, Mishkin states, "I believe in the virtue of suffering," highlighting his almost Christ-like capacity for empathy and self-sacrifice. Mishkin's interactions with the broader society further expose the challenges of maintaining innocence in a corrupt world. His honest and straightforward demeanor often leaves him vulnerable to manipulation and ridicule. The society in which Mishkin finds himself is one where duplicity, greed, and power play dominate, starkly contrasting with his own values of honesty and genuine empathy. Dostoevsky's portrayal of Mishkin raises poignant questions about the nature of goodness and its place in society. The prince's purity, rather than being a source of strength, often becomes a liability, leading to misinterpretation and exploitation by those around him. The novel thus presents a complex picture of the struggle between goodness and the realities of societal interaction. As Mishkin's story unfolds, we see the tragic unraveling of a man whose efforts to live a life of moral integrity increasingly alienate him from the world he seeks to improve. His fate is a powerful illustration of Dostoevsky's exploration of the paradox of effort. The more Mishkin strives to uphold his ideals of goodness and honesty, the more he finds himself entangled in situations that betray these very ideals. The novel culminates in a series of tragic events that underscore the fragility of innocence in a morally ambiguous world. Mishkin's journey, marked by his efforts to remain true to his principles, ends in a poignant realization of the limits of his idealism. His descent into a state of mental disarray is a testament to the overwhelming burden of trying to reconcile his purity with the complexities of the world around him. In The Idiot, Dostoevsky not only crafts a narrative about the struggles of an innocent man in a corrupt world, but also offers a deep meditation on the nature of human morality, the challenges of maintaining integrity, and the often tragic consequences of our efforts to do so. The novel stands as a profound exploration of the human condition, the complexities of social interaction, and the delicate balance between innocence and the pragmatic demands of society. The insights gleaned from The Idiot are as relevant today as they were in Dostoevsky's time. They challenge us to consider the place of purity and moral integrity in our own lives and the broader societal context. The paradox of effort, as illustrated through Mishkin's story, serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of human nature and the unpredictable outcomes of our noblest intentions. As we conclude our journey through Dostoevsky's The Idiot, we are left to ponder the delicate dance between our aspirations for moral goodness and the realities of the world we inhabit. The novel not only reflects the timeless struggles of humanity, but also offers a deep well of wisdom from which we can draw insights into our own lives and the pursuit of personal and moral development. Fyodor Dostoevsky's literature offers a profound philosophical exploration of human nature. His works, dense with existential questions and moral dilemmas, probe the depths of the human psyche, challenging our understanding of free will, morality, and the essence of the human condition. Central to his exploration of human nature is the theme of existentialism. Existentialism, a philosophical movement that emphasizes individual existence, freedom, and choice, is a lens through which Dostoevsky examines the complexities of the human soul. His characters frequently grapple with existential crises, often manifested in their struggle to find meaning in a seemingly indifferent world. The paradox of effort, as highlighted in his works, ties intricately with existentialist themes. His characters' intense efforts to assert their existential freedom often lead them to outcomes that contradict their intentions. This paradox mirrors the existentialist view that while humans are free to choose, they are also burdened by the responsibility and consequences of those choices. In Notes from Underground, the underground man's hyper-consciousness and his consequent paralysis is a striking example of existential despair. He recognizes the absurdity of life and his freedom to act, but is overwhelmed by this freedom, leading to inaction and self-loathing. His efforts to assert his free will only deepen his sense of powerlessness and alienation. Dostoevsky's exploration of free will and morality is another cornerstone of his philosophical insights. His characters often find themselves at moral crossroads, where their choices have profound implications for their destiny. Raskolnikov in Crime and Punishment is the embodiment of this struggle. His decision to murder, based on a theory of moral exceptionalism, sets him on a path of intense moral conflict and psychological torment. His journey reflects the existentialist view that we are condemned to be free. Our choices define us, yet they also confine us within the consequences they unleash. This conflict between free will and morality is further explored in The Idiot. Prince Mishkin's attempts to live a life of pure goodness in a flawed world highlight the tension between moral idealism and the practicalities of human society. His purity, a result of his exercise of free will, clashes with the world's complexities, underscoring the existential dilemma of striving to maintain moral integrity in an imperfect world. Finally, Dostoevsky's portrayal of the human condition is steeped in existentialist thought. His characters often embody the existential idea of the absurd, the conflict between the human tendency to seek inherent value and meaning in life, and the inability to find any in a chaotic, indifferent universe. The underground man, Raskolnikov, and Mishkin, each in their way, face this absurdity. Their struggles and inner turmoil reflect the human condition's intrinsic quest for meaning, the burden of freedom, and the inevitable confrontation with the absurdity of existence. Dostoevsky uses these characters and their narratives to delve into existential questions about the nature of suffering, the search for meaning, and the inevitability of death. He does not provide easy answers. Instead, he presents the struggle itself as a fundamental aspect of the human condition. His works suggest that it is through this struggle, through grappling with the paradoxes of effort, freedom, and morality, that we come closer to understanding the essence of our existence. In synthesizing Dostoevsky's philosophical insights, it becomes evident that his exploration of human nature is deeply rooted in existentialist thought. His characters, caught in the web of their existential dilemmas, reflect the paradoxes and complexities of the human condition. Through their struggles, Dostoevsky invites us to ponder the nature of freedom, the burden of choice, and the quest for meaning in an often incomprehensible world. His works challenge us to confront the realities of our existence, the dissonance between our aspirations and our actions, the tension between moral idealism and practical living, and the endless quest for meaning in a world that offers no absolute answers. Dostoevsky's profound exploration of these themes not only cements his status as a literary genius, but also as a timeless philosopher whose insights continue to resonate with the existential questions of modern life. As we move forward in our exploration, We carry with us the rich tapestry of Dostoevsky's insights into human nature. His works, a mirror to our innermost struggles and aspirations, offer invaluable lessons for our journey of self-improvement and understanding of the paradox of effort. Fyodor Dostoevsky's literary works, rich with psychological and existential depth, provide valuable lessons for personal development. His exploration of the human psyche, especially the themes of effort, limitations, and personal growth, offers a unique perspective on self-improvement. One of the first steps in self-development, as gleaned from Dostoevsky's work, is understanding and embracing one's limitations. His characters often face the consequences of overstepping their boundaries, whether it be the underground man's paralysis by overanalysis or Raskolnikov's moral downfall. These narratives underscore the importance of recognizing our limitations. Recognizing our limitations is not a sign of weakness, but an acknowledgement of our human condition. It involves understanding our strengths and weaknesses, our tendencies towards certain behaviors, and the unique challenges we face. This self-awareness is crucial in setting realistic goals and developing strategies that align with our capabilities and circumstances. In practical terms, embracing limitations can involve setting achievable goals, acknowledging areas where we need help or improvement, and avoiding the trap of comparing ourselves with others. It means understanding that perfection is an unattainable ideal, and that growth often comes from acknowledging and working within our constraints. Dostoevsky's work also speaks to the importance of balancing effort with acceptance. The paradox of effort, as seen in his characters, reveals that relentless striving without self-awareness can lead to counterproductive outcomes. The key lies in finding a balance between working towards our goals and accepting our current state. This balance can be achieved through mindful effort, putting in the necessary work towards our goals while being aware of our mental and emotional state. It involves recognizing when our efforts are leading to diminishing returns, or when they're driven by unhealthy motives like ego, fear, or external validation. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or reflective journaling, can be instrumental in maintaining this balance. They help in developing an awareness of our thoughts and actions, allowing us to discern when our efforts are aligned with our goals and values and when they are not. In personal development, acceptance plays a crucial role. It involves accepting our current situation, including our failures and shortcomings, as part of our growth journey. This acceptance is not about resignation, but about recognizing the reality of our situation and using it as a starting point for improvement. Based on Dostoevsky's insights, here are some practical tips for personal growth. 1. Reflect on your motives. Regularly assess why you are pursuing certain goals. Are they driven by intrinsic values or external pressures? Understanding your motives can help align your efforts with what truly matters to you. 2. Set realistic goals. Align your goals with your abilities and circumstances. Unrealistic goals can lead to frustration and burnout. Break down larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks to maintain motivation and progress. 3. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Failure is an inevitable part of growth. Instead of viewing it as a setback, see it as a chance to learn and improve. Reflect on what went wrong and how you can do better next time. 4. Cultivate self-compassion. Be kind to yourself in your self-improvement journey. Acknowledge your efforts, even when they don't lead to the desired outcome, and treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a friend. 5. Practice mindfulness. Engage in activities that enhance your self-awareness. Mindfulness can help you stay grounded and focused, and recognize when to push forward and when to step back. 6. Seek feedback and support. Don't hesitate to seek advice and support from others. Feedback can provide new perspectives and help you recognize blind spots in your self-improvement journey. 7. Balance routine with flexibility. While a routine can provide structure, be flexible to adapt to changing circumstances. Flexibility allows you to respond to unexpected challenges and opportunities for growth. 8. Prioritize mental and emotional well-being. Ensure that your pursuit of goals does not come at the cost of your mental and emotional health. Regularly engage in activities that promote relaxation and rejuvenation. By applying these strategies, inspired by Dostoevsky's insights, we can approach self-improvement in a more balanced, self-aware, and effective manner. These approaches not only foster personal growth, but also contribute to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Our journey began with an introduction to Dostoevsky, a literary giant whose deep psychological insights have significantly impacted philosophy and psychology. We delved into the central theme of our exploration, the paradox of effort, and set the stage for a profound examination of Dostoevsky's exploration of this paradox through his seminal works. In Notes from Underground, we encountered the underground man, whose intense introspection and conscious efforts to assert his individuality led to isolation and despair, illustrating the pitfalls of over-efforting and the importance of self-awareness. Crime and Punishment presented us with Raskolnikov, whose intellectual efforts to transcend moral boundaries resulted in a deep psychological and moral crisis. His journey highlighted the complexities of moral choices and the heavy burden of guilt and redemption. In The Idiot, Prince Mishkin's pursuit of moral goodness and honesty, set against the backdrop of a morally ambiguous society, showcased the challenges of maintaining innocence and integrity. Mishkin's experiences served as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between moral idealism and the pragmatic demands of society. Our philosophical analysis of Dostoevsky's works revealed profound insights into human nature, emphasizing themes of existentialism, free will, and morality. These themes resonated deeply with the human condition's intrinsic quest for meaning, the burden of freedom, and the inevitable confrontation with the absurdities of existence. Transitioning Dostoevsky's insights into practical self-improvement strategies, we emphasize the importance of understanding and embracing our limitations, balancing effort with acceptance, and cultivating mindfulness and self-compassion. These strategies, drawn from Dostoevsky's rich narratives, offer a holistic approach to personal growth, emphasizing the importance of internal harmony and authenticity. As we conclude, it becomes evident that Dostoevsky's work holds immense relevance in modern self-improvement philosophies. His exploration of the human psyche, the paradoxes of effort, and the complexities of moral choices provide invaluable insights for anyone on a journey of self-discovery and improvement. Dostoevsky's narratives, transcending time and culture, continue to offer profound lessons on the human experience, encouraging introspection, empathy, and a deeper understanding of our motives and actions. I encourage you, the viewers, to delve into Dostoevsky's works. Whether you are drawn to the introspective depths of Notes from Underground, the moral complexities in Crime and Punishment, or the innocence and purity in The Idiot, his narratives are a treasure trove of wisdom. Reading Dostoevsky is not just an exercise in literary enjoyment. It is an invitation to embark on a journey of self-reflection, to confront our own paradoxes, and to gain deeper insights into the human condition. In these works, you will find not just stories, but reflections of our own struggles, aspirations, and the timeless quest for understanding ourselves and the world around us. Dostoevsky's works, rich with psychological depth and philosophical insight, are as relevant today as they were when first penned, offering guidance, wisdom, and a mirror to our own lives. As you continue your own path of personal development, remember that the challenges and paradoxes you encounter are not just obstacles, but opportunities for growth, understanding, and the beautiful unfolding of your unique human story. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. This profound statement from Lao Tzu, an ancient Chinese philosopher, resonates deeply in our fast-paced modern world. In a time where the speed of life seems to only increase, leaving us in a perpetual rush, these words echo a timeless wisdom, a call to a different way of living and thinking. But who was Lao Tzu? And why do his words still hold such power and relevance? Lao Tzu, often considered a contemporary of Confucius, is the reputed author of the Tao Te Ching, a foundational text in Taoist philosophy. His name, which translates to Old Master, is shrouded in mystery and legend. Some believe he was a court record keeper, others think he may not have existed at all. Yet, his influence is undeniable. The Tao Te Ching, composed of 81 short verses, is a masterpiece of philosophical thought, providing guidance on governance, personal conduct, and the very nature of existence. Taoism, the philosophical and spiritual tradition Lao Tzu founded, centers around the Tao, or the Way. This concept, though elusive, refers to the intrinsic underlying principle of the universe, the natural order of things. Taoism teaches the virtues of simplicity, humility, and compassion. It advocates for living in harmony with the Tao, leading to a life of balance, peace, and wisdom. In today's world, where complexity often leads to stress and disconnection, his teachings offer a refreshing perspective. We live in an era of unprecedented technological advancements and societal changes. Our days are often filled with a relentless pursuit of success, a constant bombardment of information, and a societal push towards materialism. This modern life, for all its advancements, often leaves us feeling empty, rushed, and out of touch with ourselves and the world around us. This is where Lao Tzu's ancient wisdom becomes not just relevant, but essential. His teachings invite us to pause, reflect, and realign with our natural state. They urge us to embrace simplicity in our thoughts and actions, to be flexible and adaptable like water, and to understand our intrinsic part in the natural flow of life. By adopting these principles, we can find a path to a more harmonious and fulfilling life, even in the midst of modern chaos. We will embark on a journey to explore these profound teachings. We'll delve into his key concepts, unravel their meanings, and most importantly, we'll discover how we can apply these timeless principles in our daily lives. From understanding the art of living simply to learning the power of flexibility and the importance of naturalness, our exploration will provide practical insights and tools for personal growth and inner peace. As we navigate through Lao Tzu's teachings, I invite you to keep an open mind and heart. Whether you're well acquainted with Taoist philosophy or new to these concepts, there's something in his wisdom for everyone. This is more than just a historical or philosophical lesson. It's a guide to living better, more meaningful lives in a world that often seems to move too fast for us to catch up. Delving deeper into the heart of Taoism provides us with a profound understanding of a philosophy that is not just a set of beliefs but a way of living. Its origins, rooted deeply in the fertile intellectual soil of ancient China, have blossomed into a worldview that offers timeless wisdom. The emergence of Taoism as a formalized philosophy is often attributed to the tumultuous period in Chinese history known as the Warring States era, a time marked by social upheaval, political strife, and a quest for answers to life's deeper questions. It was during this period that the foundational texts of Taoism, including Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching and Zhuangzi's writings, were composed, offering a stark contrast to the prevailing ideologies of the time. Central to Taoism is the concept of the Tao, often translated as the Way. The Tao is an enigmatic, all-encompassing force, the ultimate reality from which all existence flows. It is both the source and the pattern of life, indefinable yet present in everything. The Tao is not a god or a supernatural being, it is the natural order, the rhythm of the universe that Taoists strive to understand and align with. In Taoism, the ideal state of being is to live in accordance with the Tao, a state often described as Wu Wei. This concept, typically translated as non-action or effortless action, is one of the most misunderstood aspects of Taoism. Wu Wei does not advocate for passivity or laziness, but suggests an approach to life that is in harmony with the natural order, where actions are performed without unnecessary struggle or resistance. Another key aspect of Taoist philosophy is the concept of yin and yang. This is the idea that all aspects of life have opposing but complementary forces. Yin represents the feminine, passive and receptive force, while yang represents the masculine, active and assertive force. Taoism teaches that harmony in life is achieved through the balance of yin and yang, recognizing that these forces are interdependent and continually fluctuating and influencing each other. Taoism also places a strong emphasis on simplicity and humility. It teaches that true contentment and happiness come from living simply, valuing experiences over material wealth, and finding satisfaction in the ordinary aspects of daily life. This simplicity is not about deprivation, but about finding the essence and richness in living a life unburdened by excess and superficial desires. Moreover, Taoism views nature as a teacher and a guide. The natural world in its unaltered state is seen as an expression of the Tao, and by observing and learning from nature, humans can better understand the Tao and live more harmoniously. This reverence for nature has influenced Chinese art, poetry, and landscape design, emphasizing natural beauty and balance. The impact of Taoism on Chinese culture and philosophy is vast and enduring. It has shaped artistic expression such as calligraphy, painting, and poetry, emphasizing spontaneity, simplicity, and the harmony of form and function. In Chinese medicine, Taoist principles guide the understanding of health and disease, focusing on the balance of energies within the body and the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. In the realm of politics and governance, Taoism has advocated for a style of leadership that is in accord with the Tao. This approach favors minimal intervention, governing by example, and allowing people to live their lives with as little interference as possible. Such ideas were revolutionary in their time and continue to inspire modern political and social thought. As Taoism spread beyond China, it found resonance in the Western world, particularly among those seeking an alternative to the materialistic and fast-paced modern lifestyle. The Taoist emphasis on inner peace, living in harmony with nature, and understanding the deeper aspects of existence appeals to people searching for meaning and balance in their lives. The universal themes of balance, harmony, and the natural flow of life in Taoism speak to a global audience. In the realm of personal development, the Taoist approach to life, embracing simplicity, fostering flexibility, and seeking balance, provides practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern existence. In essence, Taoism is more than a philosophy or a religion. It is a guide to living. Its teachings, rooted in the observation of nature and the understanding of the Tao, offer a path to a life that is balanced, fulfilling, and in harmony with the world. As we continue to explore Lao Tzu's teachings, these principles of Taoism provide a rich context, helping us to understand and apply ancient wisdom to our contemporary lives. Continuing from our exploration of Taoism, let's now delve into the core teachings of Lao Tzu, particularly those encapsulated in his seminal work, the Tao Te Ching. This text, revered for its profound wisdom, is a cornerstone of Taoist philosophy and provides invaluable insights into his thoughts and teachings. The Tao Te Ching, often translated as the Book of the Way and Virtue, is a collection of 81 short, poetic verses. It is a work of profound depth, encapsulating the essence of Taoist philosophy in its enigmatic and often paradoxical verses. The text, written around the 6th century BCE, has been a subject of continuous study and interpretation, not only for its philosophical and spiritual insights but also for its literary elegance. The mystical poetry of the Tao Te Ching is not just an intellectual exercise. It invites readers into a meditative reflection, encouraging a deeper understanding of life's mysteries and the Tao. One of the central teachings of Lao Tzu is the virtue of simplicity. This is not simplicity for its own sake, but a means to a deeper understanding and a more fulfilling life. In the Tao Te Ching, he advises reducing personal desires and ambitions, advocating for a life that is unencumbered by excessive materialism and superficial distractions. This simplicity is a pathway to inner peace and clarity. It is about finding contentment in what we have, reducing the clutter in our minds and lives, and focusing on what truly matters. In today's fast-paced and consumer-driven world, this teaching is particularly poignant, reminding us of the value of a simpler, more intentional way of living. He often used the metaphor of water to illustrate his teachings, particularly the virtue of flexibility. Water, in its natural state, is soft and yielding, yet it can carve through solid rock over time. This metaphor is a powerful illustration of the strength that lies in flexibility and adaptability. He teaches that the most effective way to deal with life's challenges is not through forceful opposition, but by being flexible, adaptable, and resilient. This approach, like water, allows us to find our way around obstacles, adapting to circumstances while maintaining our essence. Living in harmony with nature is another key tenet of Lao Tzu's teachings. He saw the natural world as a manifestation of the Tao and believed that humans, as part of the natural order, should live in accordance with it. This harmony is not just about an external alignment with the natural environment, but also an internal balance within ourselves. He encouraged a way of life that is in tune with our true nature, advocating for a lifestyle that is not forced, but flows naturally from our inherent being. Lao Tzu's teachings are not mere philosophical musings, they are practical guidelines for living. The principles of simplicity, flexibility, and harmony with nature are not only ideals to aspire to, but are actionable practices that can be integrated into daily life. Embracing simplicity can mean decluttering our physical spaces, simplifying our schedules, and focusing on essential values. Practicing flexibility involves developing an open mind, adapting to change, and responding to life's unpredictability with calmness and resilience. Living in harmony with nature can manifest in sustainable living practices, spending time in natural settings, and aligning our lifestyles with the rhythms of the natural world. The wisdom of Lao Tzu, as captured in the Tao Te Ching, offers a timeless guide to a life of balance, contentment, and harmony. These teachings, when applied, can help navigate the complexities of modern life, providing a path to inner peace and fulfillment. As we reflect on these profound insights, we find that they are not just historical artifacts, but living wisdom that continues to resonate and guide us even in the contemporary world. Building upon the teachings of Lao Tzu, let's delve into one of the core tenets of his philosophy, the pursuit of simplicity. This principle, deeply rooted in Taoist thought, holds significant relevance in our contemporary world, especially in the face of rampant consumerism and the constant pursuit of more. In Taoism, simplicity is not merely an aesthetic choice or a superficial reduction of possessions. It is a profound principle that advocates for a deeper understanding and approach to life. His teachings encourage us to peel away the superfluous layers that cloud our vision and distract us from the essence of life. He prompts us to question the relentless pursuit of material wealth and social status, urging us instead to focus on the richness of our inner lives. Today's world is characterized by an unprecedented level of consumerism. The constant bombardment of advertising, the allure of the latest technologies, and the societal pressure to conform to certain standards of living have led to an accumulation of not just physical possessions, but also mental clutter. This endless pursuit often leaves individuals feeling empty, stressed, and disconnected from their true selves. His advocacy for a simple life is thus more relevant than ever. It offers a way to counterbalance the materialistic tendencies of modern society and find contentment and fulfillment in less. Lao Tzu believed that by reducing our desires, we could achieve a state of tranquility and contentment. This does not imply abandoning all ambitions or living in austerity. Rather, it means recognizing and focusing on what is genuinely necessary and valuable. Living minimally is about making conscious choices to own and do less, yet enjoy more quality and richness in life. It is about finding freedom and liberation from the incessant need for more, and instead cherishing the present and the simple joys it offers. Actionable tips for embracing simplicity. 1. Decluttering physical spaces. Start with your immediate environment. Declutter your home and workspace, keeping only those items that serve a purpose or bring joy. This physical decluttering can lead to a clearer mind and a more peaceful living space. 2. Mindfulness practices. Incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Activities like meditation, deep breathing, and mindful walking can help in staying present and appreciating the simple moments of life. Mindfulness encourages a deeper connection with oneself and reduces the urge to seek fulfillment in external possessions. 3. Prioritizing what truly matters. Take time to reflect on your values and what you consider most important in your life. Prioritize relationships, experiences, and personal growth over material possessions. Invest time and energy in activities that enrich your soul and bring long-term happiness. 4. Conscious consumption. Become more aware of your consumption habits. Before making a purchase, ask yourself if it is necessary, if it adds value to your life, and if there are more sustainable alternatives. This conscious approach to consumption can significantly reduce unnecessary expenditure and waste. 5. Embracing nature. Connect with nature regularly. The natural world, in its inherent simplicity and beauty, can be a powerful reminder of the joy of living simply. Time spent in nature can rejuvenate the mind, body, and soul, and foster a deeper appreciation for the simple things in life. 6. Digital detox. In an age dominated by technology, regularly taking time away from digital devices can provide mental clarity and reduce the noise of constant connectivity. Periodic digital detoxes can help in reconnecting with oneself and the immediate physical environment. 7. Cultivating gratitude. Practice gratitude. Focusing on what you are thankful for rather than what you lack or desire can shift your perspective towards contentment and appreciation for the present. 8. Simplifying goals and tasks. Break down your goals and daily tasks into simpler, more manageable components. This approach reduces overwhelm and allows for a more focused and peaceful way of achieving objectives. 9. Quality over quantity. In both possessions and experiences, value quality over quantity. Cherish and care for the items you own and seek experiences that bring deep satisfaction and joy. Embracing simplicity as advocated by Lao Tzu is not about diminishing the quality of life, but about enhancing it. It's a journey towards unburdening ourselves from the unnecessary, focusing on what truly matters, and finding harmony and fulfillment in the simplicity of life. In our next segment, we will explore how the Taoist principle of flexibility can be integrated into our daily lives, offering a path to resilience and adaptability in a constantly changing world. Continuing our exploration of Lao Tzu's teachings, let's turn our attention to another foundational principle: flexibility. This concept, central to Taoist philosophy, is beautifully encapsulated in his metaphor of water, an element that is soft and yielding yet possesses immense strength and resilience. This metaphor holds profound implications for how we approach life, especially in our fast-paced and ever-changing modern world. In the Tao Te Ching, he writes, "Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water, yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it." This poetic imagery of water serves as a powerful metaphor for the strength found in flexibility and adaptability. Water flows, adapts to the shape of its container, and overcomes obstacles not through force, but through persistence and yielding. It represents the Taoist ideal of resilience and strength through flexibility. In today's world, characterized by rapid technological advancements, social changes, and environmental shifts, the ability to adapt is more crucial than ever. The pace at which new information and situations arise can be overwhelming, often requiring quick adjustments and a flexible mindset. Lao Tzu's metaphor of water encourages us to approach these changes not with rigidity or fear, but with the adaptability and fluidity of water. This means being open to new experiences, willing to change course when necessary, and finding strength in the ability to flow with life's changes rather than resist them. Flexibility, as a way of life, can be cultivated through various practices and mindsets. 1. Embracing change. Begin by accepting that change is a natural and inevitable part of life. Instead of fearing or resisting change, embrace it as an opportunity for growth and learning. 2. Openness to new ideas. Cultivate an open mind. Be willing to consider different perspectives and ideas, and be open to revising your viewpoints in light of new information or understanding. 3. Adapting to circumstances. Practice adapting to changing circumstances. This could be as simple as altering your daily routine in response to new demands, or as complex as navigating major life transitions with a flexible mindset. 4. Letting go of rigidity. Identify areas in your life where you hold rigid expectations or inflexible attitudes. Consciously work on letting go of these, allowing yourself to flow more freely with the dynamics of life. 5. Resilience in the face of challenges. Develop resilience by facing challenges with a flexible approach. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable, look for creative ways to adapt and overcome them. 6. Mindfulness and awareness. Engage in mindfulness practices to enhance your awareness of the present moment. This awareness can help you respond to situations more adaptively, rather than reacting automatically or rigidly. 7. Learning from nature. Spend time in nature, observing how the natural world adapts and thrives through change. This can provide inspiration and insights into how to live more flexibly. 8. Practicing patience. Flexibility often requires patience. The patience to understand that sometimes the best action is to wait and see how situations unfold. 9. Building emotional flexibility. Cultivate emotional flexibility by allowing yourself to experience and express a range of emotions. Acknowledge your feelings, but also be willing to move through them adaptively. Flexibility extends to how we interact with others. In relationships and communication, being flexible means listening actively, being open to others' viewpoints, and being willing to adjust your approach in response to others' needs and feedback. Flexibility, as taught by Lao Tzu, is not a sign of weakness but a source of strength and resilience. It allows us to navigate the complexities and uncertainties of life with grace and effectiveness. Continuing our journey through Lao Tzu's teachings, we arrive at the concept of ziran, often translated as naturalness or spontaneity. This Taoist principle advocates living in a way that is true to one's inherent nature, embodying authenticity and spontaneity. In our contemporary world, where social constructs and external pressures often dictate our actions and choices, understanding and embracing ziran becomes crucial for genuine self-expression and fulfillment. Ziran, in Taoist philosophy, is about aligning with the natural flow of life and one's true self. It's a state where actions are not forced, but arise naturally from an individual's authentic self. He posits that everything in nature inherently follows its own path without external compulsion. Similarly, humans, when in tune with their true nature, can live a life of ease and contentment, free from the constraints of artificiality and pretense. In today's society, the pursuit of authenticity is increasingly recognized as vital for personal happiness and fulfillment. Authenticity involves knowing oneself, understanding one's values, beliefs, and desires, and acting in accordance with them. In a world rife with social media and its tendency to foster comparison and uniformity, maintaining authenticity can be challenging. However, Lao Tzu's concept of ziran encourages us to embrace our unique selves and resist the pressure to conform to societal expectations or trends. The journey towards living in accordance with ziran begins with self-awareness. It requires us to engage in introspection, to understand our innate characteristics, tendencies, and passions. This self-awareness allows us to live more authentically, making decisions and choosing paths that align with our true selves. In Taoist thought, this alignment leads to harmony, both within oneself and with the world. Embracing naturalness in daily life. 1. Introspection and self-discovery. Regularly engage in introspection. Use techniques like journaling, meditation or mindfulness to explore your thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Understand what brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment. 2. Aligning actions with values. Once you have a clearer understanding of your values and beliefs, strive to align your actions with them. This might mean making changes in your lifestyle, career, or relationships to better reflect your true self. 3. Resisting social conformity. Be mindful of the influence of societal pressures and expectations. Practice discernment in how you shape your life and make decisions, ensuring they are more a reflection of your true self than a response to external pressures. 4. Embracing individuality. Celebrate your uniqueness. Recognize that your individuality is your strength, and there's profound beauty in being different and true to yourself. 5. Practicing non-attachment to roles and labels. Avoid getting too attached to specific roles or labels, as these can often be limiting. Understand that you are a complex, evolving being who cannot be fully defined by singular aspects of your identity. 6. Simplifying life. Simplify your life to focus on what truly matters. This can involve decluttering your physical space, but also decluttering your life from activities, relationships, or obligations that do not resonate with your true self. 7. Being present and spontaneous. Practice being in the present moment. Allow yourself the freedom to be spontaneous, making choices that feel right at the moment without overanalyzing or overplanning. 8. Listening to your inner voice. Cultivate the habit of listening to your intuition. Often your inner voice is a guide to what aligns with your true nature. 9. Accepting and embracing change. Be open to change and growth. Understand that as you become more self-aware, your understanding of your true nature might evolve, and that is a natural part of the journey. In relationships, Ziran encourages genuine interaction. This involves being honest in communication, showing vulnerability, and not wearing masks to please others. It also means respecting the naturalness in others, acknowledging and appreciating their unique selves. Embracing Ziran, or naturalness, as taught by Lao Tzu, is about finding the courage to be our true selves in a world that often encourages conformity. It's about aligning our external lives with our internal truths. This journey towards authenticity and self-awareness not only brings personal peace and fulfillment, but also contributes to a more genuine, compassionate, and diverse society. In our next segment, we will explore how these Taoist principles of simplicity, flexibility, and naturalness can be woven together to form a cohesive approach to living a balanced and harmonious life in our modern context. In our rapidly evolving world, the timeless teachings of Lao Tzu offer profound insights and guidance. His principles, deeply rooted in Taoist philosophy, have the potential to address some of the most pressing issues of contemporary society, from the stress of modern life to the universal quest for meaning and fulfillment. Modern life is often characterized by a relentless pace and a barrage of demands and distractions, leading to widespread stress and burnout. Taoism, particularly the principle of Wu Wei or effortless action, provides a refreshing alternative. This principle encourages us to align our actions with the natural flow of life, reducing the strain of constant striving. By adopting a Taoist approach, we can learn to approach our responsibilities and challenges with a sense of calm and flexibility, leading to a more peaceful and productive life. In a society often focused on material success and external achievements, many find themselves searching for a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. Lao Tzu's teachings guide us to look inward and seek contentment in our inner world. The Taoist emphasis on self-awareness and living in harmony with one's true nature can help individuals find a sense of meaning that transcends material possessions and social status. This journey towards self-discovery and alignment with one's intrinsic values can be profoundly satisfying and enriching. Taoism advocates for a balanced lifestyle, avoiding extremes and finding a harmonious middle path. This concept is incredibly relevant in our modern context, where life often swings between excess and deprivation. By embracing Taoist principles of moderation and equilibrium, individuals can achieve a well-rounded life that encompasses physical, mental, and emotional well-being. This balanced approach encourages a healthy lifestyle, nurturing relationships and personal growth. The practice of mindfulness, central to Taoist philosophy, is particularly pertinent in our era of constant connectivity and distractions. Taoism teaches the importance of being fully present and engaged in each moment. Cultivating mindfulness leads to a deeper appreciation of life, improved mental clarity, and stronger emotional resilience. It enables us to savor the richness of our experiences and forge more meaningful connections with others. In a global landscape often marked by conflict and misunderstanding, Taoist teachings on compassion, empathy, and interconnectedness can foster a greater sense of global harmony and cooperation. Taoism offers valuable tools for personal and societal transformation. On a personal level, it provides a blueprint for self-improvement, emotional intelligence, and spiritual growth. On a societal level, Taoist ideals can inspire more compassionate and balanced ways of living and interacting in our communities, promoting values of peace, empathy, and mutual respect. The principle of flexibility, as taught by Lao Tzu, is especially relevant in dealing with emotional challenges. By cultivating emotional flexibility, we can better navigate the complexities of relationships, work, and personal growth. This adaptability allows us to respond to life's ups and downs with a sense of resilience and poise. The ancient wisdom of Lao Tzu, as embodied in Taoist philosophy, holds significant relevance for modern-day issues. By applying Taoist principles, we can work towards personal fulfillment and a more harmonious society. These teachings guide us to live with intention, balance, and mindfulness, offering timeless wisdom that is as applicable today as it was centuries ago. As we conclude our exploration of Lao Tzu's teachings and their profound relevance in today's world, it's clear that these ancient wisdoms offer much more than philosophical musings. They present practical, timeless guidance for living a life of balance, harmony, and fulfillment. The insights gleaned from his words, deeply rooted in the rich soil of Taoist philosophy, illuminate a path not only to personal well-being, but also to a more compassionate and understanding society. In our journey, we've traversed the realms of simplicity, flexibility, and naturalness, uncovering the ways in which these principles can significantly enhance our modern lives. We've seen how simplicity can bring peace in a world of complexity and noise, how flexibility can foster resilience in the face of relentless change, and how embracing our natural selves can lead to authentic and fulfilling lives. These teachings, though ancient, are remarkably pertinent to the challenges we face today. They encourage us to slow down, to reflect, and to align our actions with our deepest values. In a world that often prizes speed and productivity over well-being, Lao Tzu's wisdom invites us to reconsider our priorities and to find beauty in the present moment. As we integrate these teachings into our daily lives, we open ourselves to a journey of self-improvement and inner peace. This journey is personal and unique for each of us, yet it's also universal in its pursuit of harmony and understanding. Whether it's through adopting a more mindful approach to our day, simplifying our lifestyle to focus on what truly matters, or learning to flow with life's inevitable changes, the teachings of Lao Tzu offer a valuable compass. I encourage you, the viewers, to reflect on how these timeless principles can be woven into the fabric of your daily existence. How can simplicity bring more joy to your life? In what ways can you practice flexibility in the face of challenges? How will you honor your true nature in a world that often demands conformity? As you ponder these questions, remember his profound words: "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Let this be an invitation to take that first step towards a life imbued with Taoist wisdom. And as you embark on this journey, I invite you to share your thoughts, experiences, and insights in the comments below. How have Lao Tzu's teachings impacted you? What changes have you observed in your life as you've embraced these principles? Let us carry forward the spirit of Lao Tzu's teachings, applying them not just in moments of quiet reflection, but in the very way we live, interact, and engage with the world around us. For in doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a more peaceful, understanding, and harmonious world. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Leonardo da Vinci. In a world brimming with choices, clutter, and constant stimulation, this statement by Leonardo da Vinci resonates more powerfully today than it perhaps did in his time. It leads us to a profound yet often overlooked concept: minimalism. But what exactly is minimalism, and how does it relate to our pursuit of happiness? Minimalism, in its essence, is the intentional promotion of the things we most value, and the removal of everything that distracts us from it. It's not merely a design aesthetic or a superficial decluttering exercise. It's a mindset, a way of life that encourages us to find beauty and satisfaction in simplicity. This philosophy, while seemingly modern, has roots that delve deep into various cultures and historical epochs. Its relevance has only magnified in our current age, where the excess and superficial often overshadow the meaningful and fulfilling. My journey into the realm of minimalism began not in a moment of epiphany, but through a series of realizations over time. I remember standing in my room one evening, surrounded by things I had collected over the years, books I never read, gadgets I barely used, and clothes I hardly wore. It struck me then the disproportionate amount of time and energy I had invested in acquiring and maintaining these possessions compared to the joy they brought me. This imbalance led me down a path of introspection, reading, and eventually adopting a minimalist lifestyle. It wasn't just about getting rid of stuff, it was about recalibrating my life's priorities. In this video, we will delve into the multifaceted world of minimalism. We'll start by exploring its historical roots, understanding how various cultures and philosophers over centuries have embraced simplicity and how it contributed to their sense of contentment. Eastern philosophies like Buddhism and Taoism, Western thinkers such as Epictetus and Henry David Thoreau, and even contemporary voices in the minimalist movement have all echoed similar sentiments. The less you have, the more you can focus on what truly matters. But how does this ancient wisdom hold up in the face of modern challenges? Our digital age, characterized by a constant barrage of information and material temptations, poses unique obstacles to a minimalist lifestyle. Hence, a significant part of our discussion will be dedicated to adapting minimalism in the digital era. We'll explore strategies for digital decluttering, managing technology's pervasive presence in our lives, and finding a balance that fosters well-being. Moreover, we'll discuss how minimalism can be practically integrated into various aspects of life, from our professional careers and personal relationships to the very way we perceive and engage with the world around us. It's about cultivating a mindset that values quality over quantity, experiences over possessions, and intentional living over mindless consumption. But it's not all smooth sailing. Adopting a minimalist approach comes with its set of challenges and misconceptions. One of the common myths is that minimalism is about depriving yourself, living with the bare minimum, or adhering to a strict set of rules. In this video, we'll bust these myths and discuss how to navigate the challenges that come with choosing a path less traveled, a path of minimalism. As we conclude, I'll share some final thoughts on how this journey of minimalism has influenced my life, the joy and clarity it has brought me, the sense of freedom from the unnecessary, and the peace that comes with knowing that what I own and do aligns with my deepest values. Let's embark on this exploration together. Let's discover how less can indeed be more, how simplicity can lead to sophistication, and how, in the pursuit of owning less, we might just find ourselves living more. The concept of minimalism, though seemingly a modern phenomenon, is deeply rooted in the history and philosophies of various cultures across the world. Its origins are as diverse as they are ancient, reflecting a universal human inclination towards simplicity and essence. In ancient civilizations, we find the earliest expressions of minimalist thought. The ancient Greeks, for instance, had a word for it, eukrasia, which means simplicity or good mixture. This concept was central to their philosophy, art, and architecture, emphasizing balance and harmony over excess and embellishment. Philosophers like Socrates advocated for a life focused on the development of the soul, rather than the accumulation of material wealth. His lifestyle and teachings laid the foundation for later philosophers like Diogenes and Epictetus, who further expounded on the virtues of living simply and contentedly with little. Simultaneously, in the Eastern world, similar ideas were emerging. Buddhism, with its emphasis on detachment from material desires, aligns closely with minimalist principles. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of all suffering, advocating for a life of moderation and mindfulness. Similarly, Taoism, with its principle of wu wei, or non-action, encourages a harmonious way of living that is in alignment with the natural world, free from unnecessary excess. In the monastic traditions of Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism, we also see a strong emphasis on simplicity. Monks and nuns in these religions often take vows of poverty and lead lives of minimal material possessions, focusing instead on spiritual growth and community service. This emphasis on spiritual rather than material wealth persisted through the Middle Ages, where despite the opulence of the nobility, the majority lived simply, often out of necessity rather than choice. During the Renaissance, a shift occurred as humanism and the pursuit of knowledge and artistic expression took center stage. However, this period also saw figures like Leonardo da Vinci, who despite his myriad inventions and artworks, preached the virtue of simplicity. The Reformation further challenged the excesses of the Church, with figures like Martin Luther advocating for a return to the core teachings of Christianity. free from the elaborate rituals and opulence that had come to characterize the church. The Enlightenment era brought a renewed focus on rational thought and individualism. Philosophers like Immanuel Kant and Jean-Jacques Rousseau emphasized the importance of living in accordance with one's own principles, often advocating for a simpler, more authentic way of life. Rousseau, in particular, criticized the artificiality of society and posited that man was happiest in a state closer to nature. The Industrial Revolution marked a significant departure from these ideals as mass production and consumerism began to take hold. Yet even in this era, there were dissenting voices. The arts and crafts movement of the late 19th century, led by figures like William Morris, was a reaction against the excesses of industrialization, advocating for craftsmanship and simplicity in design. In the 20th century, minimalism began to take on its more modern form. The post-World War II era, especially in art and architecture, saw a movement towards minimalism as a response to the complexity and trauma of the war years. Artists and architects like Frank Lloyd Wright and Mies van der Rohe embraced simplicity, functionality, and the beauty of unadorned forms. This period also saw the emergence of the less is more philosophy, which has since become a mantra for the minimalist movement. Today, minimalism is often seen as a counter-movement to the rampant consumerism and digital overload of contemporary society. It's a re-emergence of ancient wisdom adapted to modern challenges, encouraging us to find fulfillment not in possessions or status, but in experiences, relationships, and personal growth. As we trace the lineage of minimalist thought from the ancient world to the present, it's clear that this philosophy is not a trend, but a timeless approach to living that has been revisited and reinvented across cultures and centuries. Its enduring appeal lies in its simplicity and universality, a call to focus on what's truly essential. As we delve deeper into the realm of minimalism, it's essential to explore the perspectives of various philosophers who have shaped the minimalist ideology. Their teachings, originating from different corners of the world, converge on the principle of simplicity and the pursuit of a meaningful life. Buddhism, one of the world's oldest philosophies, offers profound insights into minimalism. At its core, Buddhism teaches the middle way, avoiding both extreme indulgence and severe asceticism. Central to Buddhist thought is the concept of dukkha, often translated as suffering or dissatisfaction, which arises from attachment to desires and material possessions. The Buddha emphasized the impermanent nature of all things, advocating for detachment and mindfulness as paths to inner peace and enlightenment. This detachment isn't about deprivation, but about understanding the transient nature of worldly possessions and finding contentment in simplicity and the present moment. Taoism, another pillar of Eastern philosophy, also echoes minimalist principles. Its foundational text, the Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu, emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, the Way, a principle that signifies the essential, unchanging nature of the universe. Taoism advocates simplicity, spontaneity, and frugality, encouraging adherents to align their lives with the natural order of things. The concept of Wu Wei, non-action or effortless action in Taoism, is particularly relevant to minimalism. It suggests that the best way to live is by doing what comes naturally and not forcing or striving, thereby living a life of simplicity and authenticity. Moving to Western philosophy, we encounter Diogenes of Sinope, a Greek philosopher and one of the most famous figures of the Cynical school. Diogenes took minimalism to an extreme, advocating for a life of extreme simplicity and rejecting all forms of luxury. He believed that virtue was better revealed in action than in theory, and he lived this belief by eschewing societal norms and living a life free from possessions. His philosophy was not just about physical minimalism, but also about challenging the unnecessary complexities of social conventions. Epictetus, another Greek philosopher, offered a different angle on minimalism. His philosophy, Epicureanism, is often misunderstood as advocating for indulgence in life's pleasures. But in reality, Epicurus promoted the idea of finding the greatest pleasure in the simplest of things. He argued that the key to happiness was to seek modest pleasures, to attain tranquility and freedom from fear, and to live in self-sufficiency. For Epicurus, minimalism was about focusing on what truly brings joy and avoiding the unnecessary desires that lead to disappointment and disturbance. In the 19th century, Henry David Thoreau, an American philosopher and naturalist, explored the concept of living simply in his seminal work, Walden. Thoreau's experiment in living in a small cabin near Walden Pond was a practical application of transcendentalist philosophy, which emphasized the importance of nature and the inherent goodness of people. He advocated for a life that was deliberate and essential, free from the clutter of unnecessary material possessions. Thoreau's reflections on simplicity and nature continue to be a significant reference point in discussions about minimalism today. In contemporary philosophy, minimalism is both advocated and critiqued. There are critiques of minimalism as a lifestyle choice, particularly in its modern commercialized form. Critics argue that minimalism, as practiced by some, can become another form of consumerism, a way to buy into a particular lifestyle that is marketed as simple, but is, in reality, another form of consumption. This critique invites a deeper reflection on the essence of minimalism and challenges us to distinguish between its authentic practice and its superficial adoption. The discussion of minimalism in contemporary thought often revolves around the role of simplicity in our increasingly complex lives. Modern minimalists argue that in a world where we are constantly bombarded with choices and information, there's a profound peace and clarity that comes from simplifying. Be it decluttering our physical spaces, streamlining our daily routines, or focusing on our most meaningful relationships and activities. Furthermore, minimalism in contemporary philosophy is often linked with the concept of mindfulness. It's seen as a way to live more consciously and deliberately, making choices that are more aligned with our values and less influenced by societal pressures or consumerist culture. This perspective sees minimalism not just as a way to reduce physical clutter, but as a tool to cultivate mental and emotional clarity. In the digital age, minimalism takes on new challenges and forms. Philosophers and thinkers are now exploring what minimalism means in the context of digital consumption. This includes ideas around digital detox, managing information overload, and the mindful use of technology. The emphasis here is on quality over quantity, not just in terms of physical possessions, but also in our digital interactions and media consumption. On the critique side, some philosophers argue that minimalism, especially in its more extreme forms, can be a privilege that not everyone can afford. The ability to choose simplicity, they argue, assumes a certain level of security and resources. This critique challenges minimalists to consider the broader social and economic context in which they practice minimalism, and to ensure that it is inclusive and accessible. As we look to the future, The conversation around minimalism is evolving to include not just individual practices, but also societal and systemic changes. Philosophers and thought leaders are beginning to explore how minimalism can inform policy, business, and community life, suggesting that the principles of minimalism could be a key to addressing some of the pressing challenges of our time, from mental health issues to environmental crises. The human tendency to form attachments to material possessions is a phenomenon deeply rooted in our psychology. This attachment often transcends the utilitarian value of the item itself and taps into our emotions, memories, and sense of identity. From the teddy bear we clung to as children to the first car we bought with our hard-earned money, possessions can become extensions of ourselves, representing our history, achievements, or even aspirations. Psychologists have explored this phenomenon extensively. One theory is that these attachments are a form of self-expression. The things we own can symbolize who we are or who we aspire to be, acting as tangible representations of our identity. Another perspective sees these attachments as a result of the endowment effect, a cognitive bias that leads people to value an object more highly once it becomes their own. Furthermore, material possessions can also serve as a form of comfort and security. In times of uncertainty or stress, familiar objects can offer a sense of stability and continuity. They can anchor us to certain memories or periods in our life, providing a psychological safety net of sorts. The sentimental value of possessions is another significant factor in our attachment to them. Items that remind us of significant people, events, or periods in our lives often hold an emotional value that far exceeds their physical worth. This can make the process of decluttering particularly challenging, as it's not just about discarding objects, but also about navigating the memories and emotions associated with them. Consumer culture also plays a crucial role in shaping our relationship with possessions. From a young age, we are bombarded with messages that equate material success with happiness and fulfillment. This constant exposure can lead to the internalization of the belief that acquiring more and better possessions is a pathway to a happier life. It fosters a cycle of desire and acquisition, where satisfaction is perpetually deferred to the next purchase. Turning to the impact of clutter and excess possessions on mental health and happiness, research has shown that there is a tangible connection between the two. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that high levels of possessions in one's living space are linked to higher levels of cortisol, a stress hormone. This suggests that living in cluttered environments can lead to increased stress and anxiety. Another body of research focusing on the concept of materialistic strivings indicates that people who place a high value on material possessions and the acquisition of wealth tend to have lower levels of life satisfaction and higher levels of distress. This is in line with the theory of hedonic adaptation, the idea that the pleasure derived from new possessions tends to be short-lived, leading to a continuous cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Minimalism emerges as a response to these psychological dynamics. By consciously choosing to own fewer possessions, minimalists aim to break free from the cycle of desire and dissatisfaction that characterizes consumer culture. The philosophy advocates that by reducing our reliance on external sources of happiness, we can cultivate a more sustainable form of fulfillment that comes from within. The act of decluttering itself has psychological benefits. It's often associated with feelings of accomplishment and control. Clearing our physical space can lead to a clearer mind, reducing feelings of overwhelm and increasing our ability to focus. Studies in environmental psychology suggest that environments with minimal distractions are more conducive to productivity and creativity. However, the process of decluttering and detaching from possessions is not without its challenges. For many, it involves confronting deeply ingrained habits and beliefs. It requires us to examine not just our physical belongings but also our emotional and psychological attachment to them. This process can be both liberating and daunting, as it often involves a re-evaluation of our values and priorities. Mindfulness is a key component in the minimalist approach to possessions. It involves being more deliberate about what we choose to own, asking ourselves whether each item adds value to our lives. This approach encourages us to move away from impulsive buying and towards a more thoughtful and intentional way of consuming. The philosophy of minimalism suggests that there is a certain joy to be found in owning less. This is not just about the absence of clutter, but about the presence of space that can be filled with experiences, relationships, and activities that bring genuine fulfillment. It's about creating room for what truly matters, allowing us to focus our time, energy, and resources on the aspects of life that contribute most significantly to our well-being. Minimalism also challenges the conventional definitions of success and happiness. It prompts a shift from measuring our worth by what we own to valuing ourselves for who we are and the quality of our lives. This redefinition is crucial in a world where material success is often glorified, as it allows for a more inclusive and varied understanding of what it means to live a fulfilled life. The essence of minimalism lies in its flexibility and personalization. It's a misconception that minimalism means living with the bare minimum or adhering to a strict set of rules. In reality, minimalism is about prioritizing what truly matters on an individual level. It's a personal journey that varies from one person to another, shaped by individual values, needs, and circumstances. For some, minimalism might mean living in a tiny home with just the essentials, while for others it could be about having a more spacious home but with only items that add value and joy. The common thread is the focus on simplicity and intentionality, creating space for the things that are most important in life. The first step in adopting a minimalist lifestyle is self-reflection. It involves asking oneself key questions like, what are my values? What brings me joy and fulfillment? What are my life goals? Understanding these aspects will guide the process of deciding what to keep and what to let go of. This self-reflection sets the foundation for a more mindful and intentional approach to minimalism. Decluttering. The most tangible aspect of minimalism is decluttering, the process of removing unnecessary items from our living spaces. A practical way to start decluttering is by tackling one room or area at a time. This avoids the overwhelm that can come with trying to declutter your entire space at once. Items can be categorized into things to keep, donate, sell, or throw away. Quality over quantity. Minimalism also advocates for choosing quality over quantity. It encourages investing in fewer but better quality items that will last longer, rather than accumulating many low-quality items that quickly become clutter. This not only reduces waste, but also ensures a more sustainable and economical lifestyle in the long run. Digital minimalism. In our digital age, minimalism extends beyond physical possessions to include our digital lives. Digital minimalism involves decluttering and organizing digital spaces like email inboxes, digital files, and social media accounts. It's about being selective with the digital content we consume and engage with, ensuring that our digital interactions are purposeful and add value to our lives. Time and commitment management. Minimalism is not just about physical and digital spaces, it's also about how we manage our time and commitments. It involves saying no to unnecessary commitments and focusing on activities that align with our values and bring us joy. This might mean setting boundaries, such as limiting work hours, or being selective about social engagements. Financial minimalism. Financial minimalism involves simplifying one's financial life. This can mean budgeting and cutting unnecessary expenses, focusing on paying off debts, and investing in experiences rather than things. It's about making financial decisions that support a minimalist lifestyle and help achieve long-term financial goals. Experiences over possessions. A key aspect of minimalism is valuing experiences over possessions. This means prioritizing activities that create memories and foster personal growth, such as travel, learning new skills, or spending quality time with loved ones. This shift from material possessions to life experiences often leads to greater long-term happiness and fulfillment. Relationships and minimalism. Minimalism also applies to relationships. It encourages nurturing deep, meaningful connections rather than maintaining numerous superficial relationships. This might involve investing more time and energy in a few close relationships, leading to richer and more fulfilling interactions. Continuous process. Adopting a minimalist lifestyle is a continuous process, not a one-time event. It involves regular reflection and adjustment to ensure that your lifestyle remains aligned with your values and goals. This ongoing process helps maintain a balance between simplicity and the complexities of modern life. Overcoming challenges. Embracing minimalism can come with its challenges, such as societal pressure to conform to consumerist norms or the emotional difficulty of letting go of possessions. Overcoming these challenges requires patience, persistence, and a strong conviction in the benefits of a minimalist lifestyle. The reward for adopting minimalism is a more fulfilling life, one that is less cluttered, less stressful, and more aligned with one's values and aspirations. It's about creating space, both physical and mental, for what truly enriches our lives, leading to a deeper sense of contentment and well-being. In this comprehensive exploration of minimalism, we've journeyed through the rich tapestry of its history, philosophy, and practical application, uncovering the profound impact this lifestyle can have on our lives. We delved into the historical roots of minimalism, tracing it back to ancient civilizations and religious teachings, and discovered how its principles have been echoed by various cultures and thinkers across time. This historical perspective provided a solid foundation, revealing minimalism as a timeless philosophy rather than a contemporary trend. We then examined the minimalist perspectives of influential philosophers, from the Eastern teachings of Buddhism and Taoism to the Western philosophies of Diogenes, Epictetus, and Thoreau. Their insights highlighted the enduring relevance of simplicity in life. In contemporary thought, we discussed modern interpretations and critiques of minimalism, expanding our understanding of its application in today's world, especially in the digital realm. The psychological relationship we have with our possessions was another critical area we explored. We uncovered why we form emotional attachments to items, and the impact of clutter and excessive possessions on our well-being. This understanding paved the way to discuss minimalism in practice, emphasizing that it's a personalized approach defined by individual priorities and values. We shared practical tips on decluttering, adopting sustainable and ethical choices, managing time and commitments, and focusing on experiences over possessions. Throughout this journey, my personal reflections have only deepened my conviction in the power of minimalism to enhance our lives. By stripping away the non-essential, we make room for what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. Minimalism, in its essence, isn't about having less for the sake of less. It's about making space for more time, more peace, more clarity, and ultimately, more happiness. As we conclude, I encourage you to reflect on your own relationship with possessions. Assess how the principles of minimalism might bring a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment to your life. Consider experimenting with minimalist practices, be it through decluttering your space, focusing on meaningful relationships, or simply being more mindful of your consumption habits. Remember, the journey to minimalism isn't about deprivation. It's about enriching your life by paring it down to its most beautiful essentials. Let this be the start of a transformative journey, where each step towards simplicity is a step towards a more fulfilling life. Embrace the essence of minimalism and discover the profound joy and serenity it can bring to your world. As we move forward, let's remember the words of Leonardo da Vinci. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. In simplicity, we find sophistication, clarity, and a path to true happiness. Let this journey be one of discovery, growth, and lasting fulfillment.